You know, a lot of people keep asking me, yo, Philly, what do you think the Eagles need to do next? What should be the next move? What do we need the most? I tell them it's simple. You gotta get a corner.
Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. So, today we have come with the hell is that? It's a big ass dog. Dallas still stinks. You're by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're hanging in there. Yo, we are 100 days away from the Eagles going into Atlanta and double moonwalking that ass. That's right, we are 100 days away from going into Atlanta. You know, it's funny because, we had all the Julio Jones talk if the Eagles should go out and get him and things like that. We're going to get a little bit into the wide receiver position and Julio Jones in a second. But just wouldn't it be a weird situation if the Eagles traded for him and then the first team he plays is the Atlanta Falcons after the trade? That would be very, very intriguing to me. Now, I don't think it's going to happen, but, it's an interesting thought to think about. No question about it. And, we are post-June 1st. Training camp is a couple months away, and it's going to be a slow time. It's going to seem like this drags out this summer. But eventually, we're going to get there. Of course, they start drilling. Of course, they're sanding the wood as I start a video. It's all quiet today, and then boom. But what are you going to do? That's just the neighborhood I live in. But it's going to drag out the summer, and we're going to be dying for football. But it'll get here. And to be quite honest with you, we're seeing the Eagles start to sign players. They signed 4 of the draft picks yesterday. We're going to see something happen with Zach Ertz at some point. It's going to happen, okay? And it should leave the Eagles, even after they sign their draft picks, with enough money to be able to make some sort of signing. At least get one quality player. Now, the question is, who is that? And who should that be? And to me, it just comes down to, what do you think the biggest need on this team is right now? What is the biggest need that they have? Some people think that the Eagles actually need to go out and get a veteran wide receiver. PFF, which I don't put a lot of stock in, they have the Eagles wide receiving core ranked today as like the third worst unit. Third worst unit in the league, okay? And I think a lot of that is because they don't have a veteran wide receiver. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is not a veteran wide receiver. He's only a veteran wide receiver in stink years, okay? Because he stinks. I mean, let's just be honest, okay? So we have plenty of stinky years experience by J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. But when you look at the other guys, not a lot of experience. Our most talented guy, Devontae Smith, is a rookie. Jalen Reagor, our second most talented guy. He's going in his second year. Then you have Quez Watkins, second year. John Hightower, second year. You have Grimes. He's a rookie. And then Fulgham, he floated around a few years. He kind of found a home last year with the Eagles, but he's young as well. So when somebody says, well, we need a veteran wide receiver, I can understand what they're saying. I can understand the perspective. Yeah, we need a veteran wide receiver. Would be nice. Come in, help mentor the guys. But as soon as you hear people talk about getting a veteran receiver, that is an excuse or a reason why people think we should go out and get Julio Jones. Now, I love Julio Jones. I just don't think we can afford him. I don't think we could afford the salary. I don't think we could afford the cap number. So I don't see that as realistic, especially if you're just trying to bring in a guy who's a veteran. Now, I'll tell you this. I don't want to bring a guy like Alshon Jeffrey back or a veteran wide receiver who's going to come in and not be effective. If I was to go out and get a veteran wide receiver and that was my priority, yeah, I would try to find a way to get a Julio Jones or something like that. But I don't think that's realistic. To me, and in my personal humble opinion, okay, the Eagles need a cornerback, yo. The Eagles need a cornerback. They need another corner. They need him desperately. There's a gaping giant hole that you look at that second cornerback spot, and it burns a hole in my eyes when I'm looking at it. It's so big. It's a gigantic hole. You know what I mean? Gigantic hole. And I love gigantic holes. You know what I mean? So, all I'm saying is they got to fill it. You know what I mean? They got to fill it. Fill that hole. Because seriously, no kidding around. They got to fix it. They got to fix it. And I just can't imagine, and I just can't see this team actually going in to this season and not addressing that cornerback spot. I would be shocked if they don't. And the guy that's out there is Steve Nelson. He is my number one priority right now. He would be my number one guy I go sign. You got to go out and sign this guy. A lot of people were talking yesterday because he's been liking Eagles stuff on Twitter. Apparently he started following the Eagles. So maybe the Eagles are a possibility. If the Eagles could bring him in, he's an instant starter. I don't think he's going to cost you a lot of money. He's probably going to be a guy who's interested in a one-year deal. Come in, get your money, prove your worth, and then get a bigger contract. So he may be the perfect guy. I don't look at Nelson. I don't look at him and say, oh, well, we're going to sign him and we're set for the next 5-6 years. I don't think that's the case. You're not going to be set until you draft a corner. That's why you have 3 first-round picks. That's why you have 3 first-round picks. So we can address corner, defensive end, other positions, maybe another offensive lineman. We are going to have the firepower to do that later. But when you look at this team going into 2021, the biggest hole that this team has is that cornerback position. The Eagles know this. The question is do they really want to deal with it? Or are they going to trust Gannon to develop a McPherson, to develop a Maddox, and then those guys are going to come in and play well? I see it like this. If you don't go out and sign another corner, then I have to assume that you're putting Avonte Maddox on the opposite side of Darius Slay. That's why you brought in Josiah Scott, because he was more of a slot corner. And you're going to go in and you're going to play Avonte Maddox on the outside. Now, maybe the Eagles think Avonte Maddox has a lot of talent. If you look at Avonte Maddox's rookie year, he was pretty good. I think his confidence got shot. He got hurt a little bit. They kept moving him around the slot corner, outside corner, even safety. Sometimes I think when they try to cross-train players, now this is just my opinion, okay? And I'm a dingbat, so what the hell do I know? But, when you get the opportunity to focus on one thing and become very, very good at one thing, okay, sometimes that's better than trying to learn 3 or 4 different things all at once, never perfecting whichever or any of those things you've been working on all at the same time. Sometimes it's better to perfect one thing and then move on to the other thing. So, get him established. Maybe if they would have gotten Avonte Maddox established, let's say in the slot corner, and he would have became really good at it, and then you wanted to move him and see how he does somewhere else, okay. But sometimes I think when you say you play a little bit here, you play a little bit here, you play a little bit, a guy never really gets to perfect his craft. So maybe that was part of what was wrong with Avonte Maddox. Okay, so maybe they look at Avonte Maddox and say, oh, you know what? He's our starting outside corner. We don't need somebody else, and we're going to be good to go. Well, if that's the case, then they're not going to go out and get Nelson, and that would suck. If it was me, and what I'm hoping and what I'm waiting every day for is the Eagles to sign Steven Nelson. Sign him, bring him in, let him start opposite of Slay. All of a sudden, you have 2 quality starting corners. Okay, now I think this whole defense looks completely different if you add another corner. So to me, when I look at the Eagles and I say, what is the biggest need? What is the next move that has to be made? To me, it's get a cornerback over getting a veteran wide receiver. The Julio Jones thing, I don't know how you pull it off. I honestly don't know how you pull it off. Unless you trade a big name guy that's making a ton of money, okay? There's always ways. There's always ways to manipulate cap, to manipulate numbers, to restructure deals. So I'm not going to say the Eagles can't do it. I just think it's really hard. And when I look at this team, Yeah, we got young wide receivers, and yeah, they're getting no respect, obviously. But I got to tell you, I think that the Eagles, I think those receivers are good enough. I think they're good enough, and the few millions of dollars of cap space I have, I'm going to look to maybe bring in a Nelson for a year, a good deal for him, a good deal for the Eagles, like a 1 year prove it deal type thing, and then plug him in at corner, and then I have both my starting corners. That's the move I'm hoping. That's the next move I think the Eagles need to make. But we'll see what happens. They're signing their draft picks, and I expect something to happen soon. I really do. I'm waiting for the Eagles to make that move. Steve Nelson is too, and I know Mark Holmes is sitting there shaking his boots off. He's scared. Michael Anthony, where's the fitness, is taking a nap, and Pizzle is still got my belt, and that has to change. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat.
Michael Anthony, where's the fitness here? And before we start, make sure you subscribe. Hulk smash that like button. I just got back from an Uber delivery, and I was delivering to this girl, and I told her, I said, check out these arms. And as I handed her sandwich, she was looking at her food more than my arms. So I figured we need to do another video workout. Today, we're going to focus on curls, some isolated bicep curls. So let's just get started right now. There you go. Breathe and push it up. Go ahead. Lift those curls. Curl those weights. That's right. That's right. You're doing it great. We're doing curls. We're doing curls. We're doing curls. It's nap time. Michael Anthony, where's the fitness?